Thank you. And first, congratulations for the organization of this event. We are extremely happy to cooperate with the Montenegrin Pan-European Union. And congratulations for the 7th anniversary. It's an honor to address you today as we convene to discuss the crucial topic of enhancing climate resilience, on forging vital connections between the European Green Deal, the Green Agenda for the Western Balkans, and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. At the COP28 of the Climate Convention organized in November 2023 in Dubai, the parties will have to make commitments aligned with the objective of limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees, which will create a lot of debates. It is essential to convey a clear message of emergency and ambition for climate action for the 2030s. The benefits of action outweigh the macroeconomic cost of transition. Indeed, the crucial issue of mitigation must be among the top priorities, even if our countries sometimes have to face big contradictions between the immediate demands of society and the long-run objectives we have. This is true for Montenegro, this is true for Germany, this is true for France, and this is very necessary to have this debate, especially in Western Balkans, where the hopes and demands of society for immediate improving of the condition of life of people and the ultimate goals are every day present. We can see that in Boca with all the boats coming. We can see that when there is a difficult choice for choosing gas coming from schist to try to mitigate the difficulties we will have for the transition. All these questions are not just Montenegrin, and it's not to accuse anybody. We will have to face contradictions, and this is very useful to have such meetings because it will help us after the COVID crisis, within the Ukrainian crisis created by the Russian aggression. We have to face these questions of transition in a very immediate way and with taking decisions which are not easy. And so it's very important that civil society would be included in taking these decisions. So the question of finances will also remain central. France is determined to contribute to achieving the collective commitment to mobilize 100,000 billion per year in climate finance for developing countries from 2020 to 2025. France is doing more than its fair share by mobilizing 6 billion euros per year from 2021 to 2025. 1/3 of which for adaptation. The European Union and its member states are the main contributor to international climate finance, with 23.3 billion euros of public funding dedicated to the fight against climate change in developing countries in 2020. So this is a crucial question because we have no new and global relation to build with what we call now global south, and the effect of climate change will be one of the crucial questions to discuss with them. And this is one of the questions which we will have to address in the difficulties of the multilateral system, because without China, without Russia, it will be very difficult to address all these questions of climate change. So this is a bigger question perhaps than the everyday question we have to solve. So the idea is to preserve these multilateral capacities around climate change, and this is a crucial question for which civil societies do have a lot to do. In this respect, I would like to mention the summit for a new global financial pact in Paris next month, 22nd of June, to re-examine with developing and emerging countries the international financial architecture that fails to meet all the accumulating needs in terms of development issues on the provision of global common goods, health, environment, food security. Several in-depth reviews are underway at the same time on the evolution of the multilateral development banks, on the achievement of the mid-term sustainable development goals, on the global assessment, making this year a unique window for possible evolution of the reference framework on international funding issues. There is an urgent need to strengthen policies and mobilize financing from all sources in a predictable and adequate way to finance development objectives while supporting countries affected by economic shocks and to stimulate investment flows in the green transition, mitigation, adaptation, and loss and damage of emerging and developing countries. There is a specific action we have to continue in Western Balkans, and this was already said in a very good way by my German colleague. As part of France's contribution, I want to draw your attention to the significant engagement of the French Development Agency, AFD Group, in fostering sustainable development and enhancing climate resilience in the Western Balkans, notably in Montenegro. The examples that I will share with you here are only a selection of AFD activities in the region and serve as inspiration for potential future interventions in alignment with national priorities and needs to accelerate the implementation of the Green Agenda and the Paris Agreement on climate change. First, the financial commitment of AFD Group is a cumulative financing of 960 million euros since 2019, and with 16 projects in the region. The significant commitment underscores France's dedication to assisting the Western Balkans in their EU accession process and driving sustainable development. Specifically, when it comes to Montenegro, AFD is implementing a 50.5 million euros credit line on technical assistance project with the Investment and Development Fund of Montenegro to develop the green finance segments for SMEs and municipalities. This funding empowers local business and communities to undertake eco-friendly projects, invest in renewable energy, and adopt sustainable practices. Still in Montenegro, and regarding energy transition, I would like to highlight that AFD private sector financing subsidiary Proparco supports the financing of the 72 million kilowatt wind farm. This project promotes clean energy sources by avoiding approximately 85,000 tons of carbon equivalent greenhouse gas emissions annually. Through development policy lending instruments, AFD is also playing an important role to facilitate key policy reforms in a number of countries of the region. And I would like to mention the mobilization together with our German partners of KfW, the contributions to foster the electricity market reform in Albania, in line with the EU's third energy package. We, as a French government, will support specifically Montenegro this year with one expert for forestry, and that will be dedicated for the effort to sustain the efforts of your agency for ecology. And we hope that it will be a significant transition, because the things begin on the ground, even if such reflections as today are extremely useful, so that we keep the compass. Thank you so much for being there, and it's an encouragement to see that despite all the everyday political problems, people from Parliament are here, and we expect them to be, especially the younger generation, active in the necessary change, because at the end this is the society which will carry and make the difference. Thank you so much.